this is Sophia. Is there any art in my life? Well, yeah. For one thing, all of the participants on this channel, as well as probably a good number of the viewers, are no doubt familiar with my poetry. I've even performed a few poems on YouTube myself, because since there's no poetry reading around here that I can go to anymore, I figured YouTube would be a good poetry reading venue. But I also do art of the graphical kind as well. For example, I did this logo for the metatemple.org website, but that was really a pretty quick, just a quickie that I threw together in less than 2 hours. There's other areas where I put a lot more emphasis on my artwork. For example, I'm into tarot, but unlike many people who are into the tarot, I'm not much into going into a store and buying a deck that someone made. Instead, I prefer to make my own tarot cards. So that's also an area of artistic efforts of mine. When I do a reading on the computer for now, I still use the Waite-Smith deck's images when I use an electronic deck on the computer. But I'm working on changing that to eventually have also a set of electronic cards of my own design. But yes, there is a lot of art in my life. Do I have a favorite vacation spot? Well, it's honestly been a few years since I ever took a vacation trip at all. And then that was actually in the summer of 2006 when I went to the Ohio Jedi Gathering. Basically, a Jedi Gathering is an event where members of the Jedi realist community get together and we have workshops on things ranging from martial arts to mysticism, things like use of auras. There are sometimes workshops on Reiki. There's a lot of good stuff to learn there. And there also were 2 of them last year and 1 of them this year, but unfortunately I wasn't able to make it to either of them. The one last year simply because they were just way too far for me, and the one this year because it just happened to be right at the time when I had to deal with a crisis regarding my cats, and I really couldn't be gone for 5 days. The time that I was to the Jedi Gathering, it was before I transitioned, but I do know that they definitely received me well the way I am now, because I know that they know that I've transitioned, and they all seem to be very accepting of me. But yes, as for my favorite vacation spot, well, it's not exactly a spot, but it's a destination. So my favorite vacation destination would be going to a Jedi Gathering, because I really enjoyed it and felt I learned a lot the last time I was to one, and I wish I could have gone to more of them, and I hope to be able to make it to future Jedi Gatherings. As for Megan's question, I'm really sorry, Megan. I really didn't notice just like Mark, I wasn't able to notice the question in your video. So that's why I'm not answering it. Now for my question. If you could change one thing about your personality, what would it be? In my case, I'd be a lot more organized and a lot less messy. I mean, the other day, for example, I misplaced my keys, and that happens to me so much, and I had no idea where they were. They have a place in my purse, but for some reason they keep finding their way to wander out of there. But every time something like goofy like this happens to me, it is so humiliating, so demoralizing, that if there was one thing I could change about myself, my own personality, it would be my messiness. I'd be a lot more organized. So, if there was one thing you could change about your personality, what would it be? Well, anyways, that's all I really have to say for now. Talk to you later. Bye!